And we're live. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to continue with the Milton Valley Railroad, so let me just switch over to that. And yes, it has actually switched over, that's good to know. Yes, hello. Okay, so this is what we did last time. Basically everything that's grid at the moment. Yes, I'm quite happy with the shape of the lake as it is. Originally, I wanted to put a Y in here, but that would mean... Oh, hello, Mr. W, welcome. Yeah, but putting a Y in here would mean that I'd need to put another bridge in. So I think what I'll do instead is put a siding in here that's maybe a mile or so long, so that trains coming from up here who want to go down there can basically go up there, run around the train, and then continue back down there. I would need to put in a siding here anyways, since it's single track, which means that there would need to be a place for trains to pass. So if a train wanted to go this way on that track and another train wanted to go this way, then there'd need to be a place for them to meet, basically. Oh, lag. Not that laggy for me. Probably it'll sort itself out, probably. And hello, Anthony. How are you? Are you doing better? Right, so this is a bit of a steep junction. So I think I'll make it like this, which means that this is now no longer as steep, which is good. Although it might still be a bit steep. Actually, let me just place the one of the steam locomotives so that I can see if the wheels are still on the tracks. Which one was it? There was a specific one that I was using before. Oh, these ones, right. There we go. The layer's locked. Oh, it's hidden. Oh, it's hidden as well. Don't know how that happened. Right, so are the wheels still on the tracks here? Or are they... Nope, they are still on the tracks, that's good. Which means that this is probably the steepest part of the curve. Or maybe down over here. Hello Anthony, hi. I'm doing better, how are you? Yes, I'm doing good. Yes, I actually finished making a 3D model of a spaceship today, which was very nice. Right, so this is okay. This, even though it looks quite steep, the angle I mean, the steam locomotive does fit over it, which means that most things probably will. Discord? Not today. No, I really want to get a lot done, and chat is quite distracting as it is. Although that being said, I do really enjoy the interaction with chat, and yes. But Discord is just that extra bit more distracting, I'd say. Oh, sounds great. Oh, wow. Thank you. Yes, it was quite a lot of fun. I mean, it's not the finished model because I'm making the model for a film that I'm going to make. But it's basically just the... Actually, should I? No, should I? No, I'll do the ballast first. Yeah, it's actually just the concept model, not concept, the basics model just so that I know roughly what it will look like. Right, so this needs to carry on for a bit because this is a passing loop as well. So let's see, if this goes up to there, maybe, okay, if I make it go up to here and then have a little straight bit over there, then I can make the junction go in here. Shadows, I'm knocking on your door. Can you let me in? Yeah, I mean, you've got the key. You can let yourself in if you wish. Yes, I'm right at your door. Good. Nice. Okay, I think that's probably long enough from here over to there. Might not fit some trains in. I mean, definitely won't fit some trains in, but most of them I think will fit fine. It's mostly so that shunting, switching trains can come through here. So basically, if there are some things on this siding, then a train can come over here and then pull them out and then go back in. Look behind you. Oh! Hello, I wasn't expecting you to stand that close behind me. Right, well, yeah, he's here again. Say hello. Yes, I'm glad to enjoy your company here. Right. Oh, this isn't quite correct. Hello. Yes, hello, as well. I know why you wrote that, by the way. Okay, so this... Is this right? This isn't quite right. This needs to be a bit further out, I'd say. Something more like this. Now it's better. Shares, you missed the message above. Look behind you. Okay, hi, Shares. I'm right behind you. Oh, right. Yes, I did. I thought that was the one you wrote before. Hello, would you like me to put a mask on? No, that's okay. Right. So I'll put down the ballast now. About this radius should be good. Save. Oops. Don't know what happened there. Right, so how was your flight? Or did you take a cruise trip? Or did someone build a Hyperloop train from America to UK underneath the big pond? Shadows, I'm tapping on your back to say hi. Oh, yes, well, hello. Yes, right, so, I mean, you can sit down. I mean, there's a free chair right here. Yeah, you can hear that. There's a chair right there. You can just sit down if you want to. I took a cruise this time. Oh, that's nice. Did you run into any storms? He might have taken the submarine to Plymouth. Oh, right. Oh, from the US, are we? Anthony, yes. Anthony is from the US. Oh, you're traveling by cruise. Oh, thank you. Also, here's the thing. If people say US and mean USA, but US only means United States. And since any government, any country is a state, then any union of states is technically a US. So for example, the European Union is a union of states. So the EU is also the US. So if people say the US only, then yes, they mostly mean USA, but it's not actually that clear. Yes, my ship sank and I swam the rest of the way. Oh, Okay, I've got two questions. One, how far away from UK did your ship sink? Like halfway across, or how much? And secondly, did you meet any mermaids? Maybe I should have asked those in order of importance. I've heard the evil curses... No, yes, curses are much quicker and cheaper. I should have guessed that you'd pick me up on that. The ship was called the Titanic. Oh, right. But wait, no, the Titanic sank on its way to New York, not from New York. Or was it a different ship called the Titanic? If so, good name. Fine, the USOA. Yes, I'm happy with that. Wow, were there no lifeboats left? There was. I took a lifeboat here. Oh, I thought you swam. You know, you have to preserve continuity. Oh, so you traveled by time then? Of course. I mean, you always travel by time. Or any other sea creatures? Ah, right, yes. Wait, what were the questions again? First, how far along the way did your ship sink? So was it still close to the USA? Was it halfway, or how far away from the UK was it? And two, did you meet any mermaids or other sea creatures while you were swimming the rest of the way, as you had previously stated? This curve might be a bit sharp. I mean, a bit too sharp. It's definitely sharp. Yeah, this is too sharp. This curve is too sharp for these locos. Right, I'll have to change some of this around then. Shadows, yeah, he did say Titanic and not Titanic. Oh, right. It was Titanic 2. Oh, I see. I see. Alright, if the Titanic goes at 66 miles per hour, then it goes forward in time. I mean, technically that's true, because anything that's traveling at less than the speed of light is going forward in time, as far as we know. Alright, like this. How is that? Is that better? No, it's still too sharp. So if it doesn't, it's frozen, it's forever frozen in time. I was close to the UK. Oh, well, that's good then. Only about, I'd say, a dozen or so miles to swim. Maybe this is better. Kaivayo, Shardise, really wouldn't put it beyond you two to transfer that into knots. Oh, right. I mean, that is something you should be aware of. That's a thing that could happen. Wow. No, I did not meet mermaids, but I met dolphins. I see. Were they very talkative? Thanks. No, it stays in its normal time. Oh, I see. But you're always moving forward in time if that's the normal time. Or at least our perception of time. In our perception of time, we move forward in it. Good. Jacksepticeye is one of the recommended channels, and he's changed games at least 3 times since I got here. Oh, yes. I have no idea what that's about. No, only to the point where I could see land. Oh, right. So, basically, oh, is this what happened? The guy in the lookout said, "Land ahoy!" and that scared the captain so much that he accidentally scuttled the boat, the ship. Is that how it happened? Shadows, maybe his ship sank 2 meters before the ship traversable bit of the coast of the UK. I see. Trying to think of a mermaid pun now. She made me do it. You mean say that pun? Yes, the dolphins were very friendly. That's good. That's good. Haha. I've heard another one once, but it isn't a pun and it isn't mine either. Anyone want to hear it? Paradise, probably. I mean, yeah, if you want to say it, go ahead. Yes, that is what happened. If you see, I'm still very wet. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. The floor is made of plastic, so you can drip onto the floor all you want, and it's easy to clean up later. And by the way, it's also quite warm here, so you should dry off pretty quickly. Although there is a towel upstairs, if you want to get one. Swimming with dolphins is apparently one of the things that people want to do before they die. I can see that. I can see that. Although if you're going to swim with marine mammals, why not whales? I mean, I do get that whales might be a bit more dangerous, simply because they're just so large that they could accidentally harm you. But swimming with, say, a humpback whale, I mean, if you're gonna do it, why not go all out and go for a whale? Go for it, yeah. Alright. What does a mermaid wear? Why does a mermaid wear seashells? Because she grew out of her bee shells. Oh, I see. Yes. Because of the chest size. Right? That's the joke. Also the double meaning because of sea shells and seashells. Yeah. So 2 jokes in one. Okay, I'm gonna go see Kangafango now, but might come back. ABCN. Not sure what that means. Yeah, well, yes, you've got the key. I mean, you can just close the doors on your way out. Bye. Yes, bye. Alright, fine, bye. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, yes, good. Back. Oh, right. Oh, you were that quickly. Oh, hello. Yes, hi. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually not surprised that you were that quick. Alright, you can stay in the UK then. Don't get it. Hi, Kangfango, I'm at your door knocking. C and B shells. Come on in. Oh, you were quick. Yeah, sure. Hello, Kangfango, how are you doing? Oh, you're still by him? Oh, I thought because he said back, you're back here, but you're actually back there. Sorry, I must have seen a ghost then. Git? Why Git? Probably. Hello, good, thank you, how are you? I'm good. Good. Right, actually, is this... Good, yes. Git isn't a curse word, by the way. Yeah, but it's fine, but I'm just wondering why you said it. Good. Right. Want some lemonade? Shadows. When I left, I found a ghost in your house. Your house is haunted! Yeah, I know. I mean, she's friendly. I mean, sometimes she likes to sit around in the bathtub, and it's... I mean, it is a bit tricky, because once I tried to get her out of it when I wanted to take a bath, but let's just say that she ended up staying in there for another hour. But most of the time it's okay. I mean, if you can live with the rattling at night, which, I mean, after a few months, you hardly even hear it anymore. And yes, I mean, there are the odd jump scares when you look up the staircase and then there is the figure of a woman right there dressed in white, but you get used to her. She's fine. It's the kind of thing when someone makes a terrible pun. Yes, but what does the word actually mean? Like, what's the definition of that word? That's my question. I didn't make the pun, though. Dude, I told you, keep those bloody summoners out. They're not bloody, don't worry. There was no murder or sacrifice or anything like that going on with them. In fact, it was actually quite a peaceful way the ghosts went in there. Okay, Fango, I think I'm good, but you want one of my world-famous invisible cookies? But you told it. Oh, right, that. I think he accidentally knocked over one a few months back. Could be. Actually, no. I think it was during the blackout. Yes, during the blackout. No, actually, no, that was the closet. Yeah. Don't ask how I knocked a closet over, but I did. Yes. We're back to yesterday with unjustified fear. Not really. It was just the ghost, and then that went back to that. And now that you've said it, we're back to that. Yes, those were great. Okay. It's an insult, but a bantery one. Yeah, you're describing what it is, but you're not giving me the definition, which is what I asked for. Because a lot of the time, I find that words are used in a certain way, simply because they're used in that way so often, not because that's actually the meaning of the word. Yeah, a common one is if you call someone a swine, then that is meant as an insult usually. People will take that as an insult, even though you're just comparing them to a female pig. And pigs are actually not something that you should necessarily be insulted by being compared to. I mean, they're usually quite kind, careful, intelligent. Those are all things that pigs are. So if you get compared to a pig, then that really should be an insult in my the way I see it. And yet if you call someone a swine, they will definitely take that as an insult. So words can often be used for different things that they don't actually mean. Let me run back to the US to get them. Okay, I'm back. Here you go. That was quick. True, I did tell it, but you said it's the kind of thing you say when you make a terrible pun. I see. You know what I mean. True. Also, yesterday. Yes, yesterday, I know, I do that same thing as well, where I think that a session, the previous session, is like the previous day. Like, if there's a weekly thing, it happens on Saturdays, for example, and then we meet, like it's a group, and we meet after a week, and then it's like, oh yeah, what happened yesterday's session? I mean last session, but for some reason yesterday and last session is always so close together. Insults don't tend to have a definition. Well, words do. Words do. How did you like the cookie? You refer to someone using the F word. The F word doesn't have an actual definition. Yes, it does. It does have a definition. Because the F word stands for a word that begins with F, which I don't want to say at the moment because this is on stream. And that word definitely does have a definition. So that definition carries over if you say the F word, because you mean that. You mean that word, probably. I haven't eaten it yet. Will do now, though, thanks. Are you sure it doesn't? Try this. Have you been reading Animal Farm? No, I don't even know what that is. Why do you ask? Because I know what the name for a female pig is? Okay, no problem. I just had to go to the US to get them, but it's okay, no big deal. Sounds like it's probably a big deal, the way you say that. Oh, it's really great. Not that I know of, but it probably has a Latin origin or something. Maybe. Oh wait, you mean the F word? I think, well, I'm not sure which language that originates from, but it definitely has a meaning in the English language as well. Love the curry in the cookie? Oh, I mean, those must be some fancy USA cookies then. I mean, if you've got curry in them. Thanks. Alright. Glad you like them. Muchos gitus. Yeah. Definitely real Latin there. No problem. Here, make yourself comfortable. Sorry. Also, Time Fango, you want to play a little game? Oh, what kind of game? Truth or Dare. Shadows, but what it means is an insult. No, it gets used as an insult, but the actual meaning is just something taboo. And so, if you call someone out as doing something taboo in public, then that is embarrassing, which is where we get the insult from these words from. But the actual thing itself isn't an insult. Yeah? Like, for example, it's actually the same with a lot of curse words. Yeah? For example, slang words for excrement are very popular. Yes, very popular. And there's nothing inherently insulting about excrement, at least not that I'm aware of. And yet it gets used as such. It's a curse word. It's taboo. So, yeah. It's only used mainly in the context of an insult. Yes, that is true. That is true. But it does have a meaning, a definition. It does mean something outside of just being insulting, because there's a reason. There's a reason why something is seen as insulting. Oh, I've never played that before. Which will you choose? Try this. Personification of animals. George Orwell's Animal Farm is a really famous piece of literature. No, I've never read that. No, get. You will choose truth or dare. Try this. Yes, it is, because taboo or not, the meaning nowadays of F*** is an insult. Yes, but that is my point. Something gets used in a certain way, and then it becomes an insult, for example, but only because of an inherent meaning that it had before. Because it was taboo. Because it causes embarrassment for people to hear, or back then anyways, it caused embarrassment for people to hear that being said in public, or at all, because it was taboo and you didn't talk about such things. Yeah? So that's where it comes from, but it does still have a meaning. That original meaning, which gave it its insult status or curse status, is still there. I mean, it's still the same word. Yeah? Yeah, and that was what I was interested in. What the original word meant. Yeah? I mean, I know that it's might be a bit difficult to find out. I mean, you'd have to use the internet and everything, probably. But yeah. Calm down. Oh, no. I think you misunderstood, Anthony. He's being calm. It was just an example of that word to make it clear what he meant. He was being calm. It's all okay. You choose first. Well, excrement isn't exactly the most pleasant thing to be called. Yes, that's true. But only because excrement isn't a very pleasant thing. So if you get compared to that, then that means it basically says you're not very pleasant. Yeah? So that's where that comes from. Without the original meaning of it, the insult would be gone. Okay, I choose first. Truth. I'm fine. We're just having a usual argument about bizarre subjects. Yes, okay. Animal Farm is a metaphor for Russian Revolution. Oh, I see. I did not know that. Thanks for saying that. I choose truth. Alright. Have you ever looked at a chair and thought, I'd really like to have that? I do know that S*** was just a slang for excrement before it became a curse, but I don't think Git or F*** had it. I mean, I'd have to do some more research, but my suspicion is that it definitely had, because I know that for the F***, how many stars, word, there is an original meaning. However, I'm not going to say that on stream, but you can, if you want to, look that up. If you want to. I'm not saying that you should, I'm saying that if you want to. Yes. What do you mean by have? Probably own? Alright. Did you ever look? I meant. Truth or dare? Oh, right. Right, truth. Okay. Pigs who roll around in mud could fall under that flag too. To be fair. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you compare, so if you say someone is a swine, because you compare them to a pig, because pigs love rolling around in mud, so you say that that person is dirty and unkept, then yeah, I can see that. But the pigs aren't doing that. Okay, I can see both sides of that. I can see that could be seen as an insult because humans aren't usually that happy with being dirty. So if you call someone being dirty, they can be seen as an insult. Yes, I get that. However, for pigs, it's normal. So if you compare that, the activity, then if you're being fair, you should also compare the context of it. And then it would no longer be an insult. But you're right, it is definitely seen as an insult. I never argued that point. I never argued that it's not seen as an insult. Kangfango, have you ever seen Paradise go live and not click on it? Paradise, yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah. No. Oh, don't be ludicrous. Why would anyone not click on Paradise's stream? I mean, I couldn't possibly think of a reason why that could be the case. I have no idea. I know what you mean. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. Truth or dare? Dare. Okay, now Kangafango, you have to give a dare to Anthony. Which is how the game is played. You have to dare him to do something. Which, hopefully is something reasonable. Well, I've never seen any of Shara's streams, so I couldn't say. Alright, Shara dies streams. Oh, I see. I get what's the point. I get that. Yeah. I choose a dare. Yes, Kangafango, you now have to give him a dare. Alright, I dare you to send your next chat message. Well, that's a bit boring. I mean, if you'd said, I dare you not to send your next chat message, then that would be a bit more interesting, because then it's a dilemma. Either you do post the next chat message so you can continue to interact with chat and be part of this stream in that way, and you lose the game, or if you want to win the game, then you can't type anything more in chat, which means that you can't return the truth or dare, which means that the game effectively ends there. Which means that if the game's over, then you've not typed your next message in chat, which means that you can then feel free to do so. But then you would need to make out when the game actually ends, but to do that, you'd need to type a message in chat. Which is why that would be a much more interesting dare. But just daring someone to type the next message in chat isn't really that interesting, I think. I've never actually played proper Truth or Dare. I did it once when I was younger, but it wasn't really that proper. Oh, I see. Hi, Sharadise! How are you? I'm doing great. How are you? Well, my ears are a bit ringing now, but other than that, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. There I go. Yes, that was the message. Wow, nice. I know what I'm going to dare next. Truth or dare? Truth. Okay. But I think with that game there are some important unwritten rules. Like, for example, you can't ask, with Truth or Dare, you can't ask for passwords or addresses or phone numbers or anything like that. Because then it's no longer a game. At least not to me. Yeah. I'd rather lose the game then. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's probably what I'd do as well. Because the game's... The only reason I'd play the game is if it's fun. And if not losing it wouldn't be fun, then there's really no point in playing it. Shadows, I've heard a few stories, and those rules, yeah, they go out of the window. Well, I mean... If I were to let myself in on a Truth or Dare game, then I would definitely make sure that those rules are in there. But then you could say, okay, I dare you to disobey rule number 4. Yeah? So then, is that legal? No, it wouldn't be legal. I mean, it's against the rules. But that's the point of it. Yeah. Or just say, break all the rules. I dare you to break all the rules with your next response. Yeah? Is that a legal thing? That's an interesting question. Oh, Kagafango, have you subscribed on my YouTube channel? If you haven't, you need to throw up the invisible cookies. Oh, I see. Shy Dice, like extreme Truth or Dare that mostly drunk / bored / drunk and / or bored teens. I have a feeling that that sentence was supposed to continue. I haven't. Alright, get ready to catch it. I'm throwing it up to you. Try this, and I'm only one of those, and I'll let the people in I'll let the people decide that for themselves. Well, I'd guess you are, let's see, out of those, teen or extreme. Okay, them, right, yes. Shy Dice, that teens play, I meant. Yeah, I thought you meant that. I haven't got a YouTube account. There you go, I caught it. Good. Oh. Sarah Dice, judging by my text, you'd assume it was drunk. Well, not necessarily. I mean, you could be under the effects of severe electromagnetic fields, such as mobile phone wireless things, which, depending on the actual thing, can has been scientifically proven to harm concentration, among other things. Not only in humans, by the way, also in aphids, and other things. Okay, here are the cookies back. Puts back in Milton. Do you mean mouth? Yeah, I was enjoying the cookies too. Mouth. Oh, right. Why extreme? I mean... if you are interested in something more than usual, or you do anything more or less than usual, than the average is, then that could be considered extreme. And since everybody is not exactly the average, I mean, probably, I mean, it's really unlikely that there's somebody that average, that they're completely average, because then that in itself would be extreme. So you are extremely average. Like, the norm is that in some areas you're above average, some you're below average. But if somebody is exactly average, then that in and of itself is extreme. Oh, nice, thanks. Truth or dare? Oh, to me. Truth. And by the way, the normal rules apply. So no passwords, addresses, phone numbers, things like that. Truth. Shreddice, so drunk on electricity? Cool. Electricity, not really. More radiation. It's actually radiation. And it's not cool. It's actually quite harmful. Oh, going to Paradise now. Yeah? Yes. Nom nom nom. I'm so stupid. Well, usually I answer that question. I mean, you've said that quite a few times. And usually I answer that question with, no, of course you're not stupid. But in this case, I'm actually going to answer that question with banana. So, there you go. Yeah, true. No, you ain't. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Now we just need a beat to that, and we can make it into a song. Dude, you ain't. That's a fact. Oh, thanks. Shreddice, have you ever said, yes, there's one person in my stream, yes? Yes, I just said it, literally, like 3 seconds ago. I just said that. Anthony, stop doing yourself down. That won't get you anywhere. That's true. That is true. Self-deprecation. I mean, to some extent, self-deprecation can be funny, and if it's used in such a way that it makes other people laugh and you're not taking it seriously yourself, which actually happens a lot in the UK, then it's fine. I mean, it can have a negative influence if you keep telling yourself these things, but it's mostly fine. It just, at a certain level, yeah, you really shouldn't do that. I second that. Okay, I try a lot. People say I'm stupid. Well, then I doubt those people know you. Yeah. Because from what I know, you're definitely not. XD. Just cause a lot of people say something that doesn't make it true. Yes, that is absolutely right. That is absolutely right. I couldn't agree more with that. And not just random people in your life, but experts. Experts, I tell you. Just because an expert says something doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I think I'm going to have a lot of cliffs on this thing because it's very steep. Oh, I gotta go, sorry. Okay, well then, have fun with whatever you're going to do. Thank you for joining the stream so far. Yes, see you in a few days then, or later, whenever you like to come back. If you want to come back, that is. A lot of people make bad decisions. Are they right? Most of the time, no. But sometimes there are no good choices with a decision. Sometimes there are only bad choices and you have to pick the lesser of the bad choices. Yeah, like with that famous choice where there is a train coming down a track and you can see there are 5 people on the tracks and you are by a junction lever, and if you switch it, you will divert the train onto a track where there's only one person. So in essence, you can save the lives of 5 people by sacrificing the life of one person who would otherwise have lived. And that is a thing where there are no good decisions, like subjectively. Objectively, you could argue that, well, at the end of the day, someone will die, so it might as well be as few people as possible, and just say it like that. But that's not how humans work generally. I mean, some people do work like that. I'm not one of them. Which is where you get into that issue. Like, do you believe in fate? Like, yes, those 5 people would die, but that was fate. They are supposed to die here, and that other person isn't, so you can't touch the lever. Then again, you could say that it was fate that you are there to be able to switch the lever to save those people. And then you get into all sorts of different philosophies which can change the whole thing. But it's a moral choice where there isn't a good solution. And that was an extreme scenario. But things like that happen all the time. Where there are no objectively good, well, no subjectively good choices, or even objectively good ones. Yes, shadows. Yeah. See ya, Daug. I said it right, I think. Bye, Anthony. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yes. I would give examples, but I don't know how Sharadise would be with that. Examples of what? Because they make bad decisions? I mean, you can write whatever you want in chat, as long as it's not going to get a video that I put on YouTube banned. Yeah, but as long as it doesn't do that, then you can go ahead. Trainz, you could switch the junction lever while the train's going over so that it derails into a ditch. Or if the front bogie is going over the junction, it could go this way, and then the rear bogie continues straight, so now it's going diagonally along the track so that all the people die. Because it hits both, it's now driving on both tracks. That could happen. I mean, that can literally happen if you try to do that. Sharadise, guys on the train can jump into the water. No, the problem isn't people on the train, the problem is people on the tracks. So the way the train's going now, it will hit 5 people on the track, and you can switch the track so that the train will only hit 1 person, but that 1 person would not have been hit before. That's the problem with it. But then the train keeps going if it doesn't hit the brake before jumping off. Yeah, you did say it right. Examples of bad decisions / choices. Yeah? Yeah, true. Into the ditch, right? Choice that many people have made. I'll probably leave it. Yeah, I mean, if you think that's best, then leave it. If you think it's better to give some examples, then give examples. It's really up to you. I mean, this is one of these choices where you've got to think which is the better one. As I say that as if those choices were rare, but they're not. You get them all the time. Yeah, true. Into the right order. That. Also, a lot of people is not the same as the majority. You're right. That is not the same. It is not the same. But it can be the same. For example, if 5 people die, whereas only 1 could have died if you switched the train, then that is a lot of people relative to the alternative. Sure, it's not relative to that if you take into account, say, World War I. Then 5 people dying is nothing compared to that. Well, almost nothing compared to that. But compared to 1, it's a lot of people, I'd say. Shadows, I did get it. So there aren't any people on the train. The people on the train, in this example, there are no people on the train. There's no way you can stop the train. You can only either let it go the way it was going before, or you can divert it. Another famous example of a situation where you've got to take the better of bad decisions is the Kobayashi Maru test from Star Trek. Where basically there's a listening ship that drifted, like a starship, that that drifted into a neutral zone, a zone where if you go into that, you basically it is legal for the other power to destroy your ship. Yeah, so it drifted into that, and the people on board will die if you don't help them. So now you can either let them all die, but stay safe yourself, or you can risk your own lives and go in after them. If you go in after them, you will be detected, it was a trap, and you get destroyed, you die. If you don't go after them, then they die, and you have to live with the consciousness, in your conscience, that you let them die. Of course, it's only a simulation, but the point is that it's real. That could be real. Or you could hit reverse train facing and make it go backwards. Yes. I mean, if it's in Trainz, then that is definitely one of those things where that if you get a choice between 1 and 2, you take 3. Although that can only be applied with choices, because there's actually an episode in Star Trek Voyager, which I've just remembered, where this one character, Neelix, who is supposed to have this kind of wisdom in a lot of episodes. He's often kind of silly, kind of slapsticky. But in this, sometimes he's supposed to have this wisdom, and then there's a difficult choice to make for the captain. And then he says, if you go down a road, if you get to a fork in the road, and then don't choose way number 1 or way number 2, choose way number 3. As though that was like something, like a wise saying. You don't have to go left or right, you can go straight ahead. But actually, if you're talking about roads, then way number 3 would be the way you came. So actually, he's just told her to give up and go back the way she came. Which wouldn't apply to the situation at all, because the point is that they have to do one of the two things, otherwise something much worse than either of them will happen. Yeah, they didn't really think about that one that much. Or, well, forwards in the other direction, yes. Shreddies, nah, I can only really think of extreme examples. Alright, here's an example. Okay, you've started writing a novel, yeah? And at the beginning, you were really, really into it. It was like really shiny and great and exciting for you. And you were doing it, you were writing and writing and writing, but then you had to stop because of, say, schoolwork, yeah? Homework. You had to stop, you didn't have the time to do it. Now you do have the time to do it. So now you do have the time to do it, but now you're out of it. You're no longer in the moment. You've lost the momentum. So now you think like, I could continue writing, but I'm not really sure about it anymore, and I could play this really, really fun video game instead, and then you've got a choice. Either you try to continue writing the story, which will be boring, at the beginning at least, until you get back into it again, which isn't really good for that reason, because, well, you want to be lazy maybe as well. Or on the other side, you could play a video game that in the moment is fun and exciting. So in the moment it might be better, but in the long term you don't end up with anything after you've played it. The story hasn't gotten farther, it's just you've lost the time, and yes, in moderation that's good. Playing games for relaxing is great, but in this case, you don't need to relax, it's just procrastination basically. But the moment would be better, so that, or maybe, yeah, that's the thing. Or maybe if you take the train, which is more expensive, but gets there quicker, or you take the bus, which is less expensive, but gets you there slower. It's a trade-off. One is good, one is bad for this reason, another is good for this reason, or bad for this reason. Can, not always is. I don't really know what that's referring to anymore. Should I switch the train? I mean, I have no idea. Alright, of course there's a Trekkie reference. Of course there is. Of course. Of course, another one. This one. Yeah, Neelix, that one. I can already see from the URL that what you're referencing to. Shadis, maybe Neelix meant to fling herself around a star and go back where she came from? I mean, that is a thing that would solve a lot of issues in Star Trek in a lot of episodes, which is why it's never brought up again after that, well, after Star Trek 4. Yeah, never. Even when they're going back in time, they have to find some way of doing it. They always come up with some other way of doing it. Never that one way, which in the original series was used fairly routinely, I believe, because it was literally in the captain's log like, oh yes, the captain's log, stardate, whatever. We've traveled back in time to do research on the 20th century Earth. It's just like an everyday thing, at least the way it's presented in that episode. Maybe it meant that deep down? I don't think so. Yeah, Shared Ice, but that's not a choice that masses of people make. Yeah, it's not. But those kind of choices happen all the time. Yeah, all the time. A lot of the time you don't really think about them either. It's like you go with your instinct, you go with your feeling. Like, yeah, I could do this thing which logically would be better, but this other thing feels better, so I'm gonna do that. Yes, there's a reason why that one thing feels better, but there's also a reason why the other thing is logically better. Hello! Oh, hello, Slovak! I didn't even see you were in the chat because you've got the same color on my screen that Kango Fango has, the same orange. Yes, in chat it's different, but here's the same. Hello, welcome! We were just talking about dilemmas and such things. Hello! Yo, yo! I see you have not expected me. Kind of. I was kind of expecting you. Kind of. I mean, you have been in my streams for quite a few of them now. So, it is logical to assume that the pattern continues without any reason why it wouldn't. So I was kind of expecting you. I'm glad that you came. Sorry for shouting then, but I expect the unexpected. Boo! I had hoped for your presence, actually. Shadice. Oh, please, darling, none of my novels are boring. No, I meant writing them. Writing something, not the novel itself. No, they're not boring, they're really interesting, actually, but I meant sitting down at the table or tablet or wherever you write and start and continue writing a novel that you haven't been working on for, say, 2 weeks. That can be boring because you don't have any ideas and it doesn't really work that well and maybe things like that. That's what I meant. Oh, someone's booed me. How rude. Scare. I don't know. What do you mean by scare? Shadice, you said switch the train before by accident. Well, no, you can say that. You switch the tracks, but you also switch the train. It's kind of weird because you can say both things Like a switcher locomotive switches out trains. It shunts trains. So switching a train in American English is the same as shunting a train in British English, which is why it's actually not that false. Trainz, the can is not is was about the a lot rather than the majority. Oh, right. Yes, that makes sense. Trainz, yeah, a lot of the times, even in real life, the simplest solutions are the hardest to think of. Yeah, that is true, because if you overthink things, then you think like, okay, this has to be a really complicated solution, so you don't even bother to think about the really simple stuff, because, hey, it has to be complicated. Trainz, no, we don't need any more backwards time traveling in Trek. Actually, I think we do. I think we do. I think we genuinely do. If it's done properly. If it's done improperly, then no. I was talking about a more universal bad decision, or one that the majority of people perceive as such. Oh, I see. Okay, then here you go. So a close friend of yours tells you a secret about someone. Yeah? They tell you a secret about someone which you know that if you pass that secret on would help someone a lot. Like, for example, here's an example that gets used a lot in a lot of different kind of sitcom TV series things, or drama TV series, which is that one of your friends tells you that they saw one of your other friends cheating on one of your other friends. Yeah, they saw them kissing behind a tree or something. But they also make you promise not to tell them. Yeah? So now it's a choice between either clearing up a lie that you know one of your friends believes in, mainly that their partner is being loyal to them, or you could keep your promise, but not both. So that is a really bad decision. There really is no good way with that, no objective good way, unless you say that the friendship isn't as important to the person who you promised to, and so you're gonna basically tell them what you know. But then that kind of defeats the issue, because the issue comes from, or the example rather, because the example comes from the fact that both things have roughly equal value to you, because otherwise you just choose the choice which helps the person who has the most value to you, or whose relationship has the most value to you. Trainz, Slovak's red for me. For me, it's exactly the same orange as you are. I am green on my side, huh? Yeah, in chat, I think you're green as well. Although, no, actually, I don't know what your color is in chat. That was actually Mr. W. Blue on mine. Trainz, P is pronounced pa. Could be. I need to go to bed soon. Maybe just wait for Paradise to get to this chat. Alright, well then, have a nice rest of your night. Sweet dreams, and I wish you lots of happiness in all your future endeavors, both in your dream and in waking life. Paradise, a book I haven't worked on for a long time. So, all of them? I don't know, maybe. Like, if you imagine that for some reason you noticed something about the the journey one, the one with the Elrond cave. Yeah, you noticed some like a huge plot hole in that, and you realize that you have to rewrite like 4 chapters of it. Yeah, you can see how that would be really boring and tedious and frustrating. So maybe it's not worth doing it. But then again, it is, because you've already put that much time into it. So all that time being wasted because it's not as good as it could be. Well, some might say you don't have a choice then. Of course you do it. But some other people would disagree with that. Scare as in scare someone or be scared. Yes, I thought you meant that. Ah, right. Oh, okay. Also, Shadow is not can is, but he said can not is. Yes. If there'd be like a Star Trek parody, but the starships are all trains, or rather locomotives, do you know what the series could be called? Yes. Star Trek instead of Star Trek. I mean, that's just an obvious one. Shadis, no, I was talking about a more black and white decision, as in doing something or not doing something. Well, in the cheating situation, I'd rather out the cheater, no question. Yeah? I mean, in that situation, yes. But what if the person you promised not to tell is someone whose friendship you value equally to exposing the person who cheated? Would you do it just on principle? On principle, sorry. I think that for some people that's definitely an easy thing. Like you say, of course that's the decision, that's the choice. But I think that for a lot of other people it wouldn't be as clear as that. Yeah, you don't have to promise anything in the first place, right? Well, depends. In this situation, you've already promised it. That's not a point anymore. Exactly. And the cheater is ungrateful. The person has given you their life and their love, and you're just ignoring it. Yeah, I don't want to, the intricacies of that situation are important to the choice if this was a real situation, but in this case both things would need to have almost equal value, because otherwise there's really no choice to be made. Of course you do the thing that helps the person who you value more. Haha, green go brr. Alright, for you, in chat, on screen, on the stream, you're red as well. Alright, an orangey red. With please. Yeah, I know, but it is actually, I've heard it pronounced please a lot of times. Like please, so please. See ya. Slow Eagle. Also, you can set your chat name's color in the cog menu next to the chat button, identity edit. Yeah. I thought the bus went brr. I thought that a computer made in the 1970s, which is trying to run TRS-19, goes brr. Actually, no, sorry, that is bang, that sound, sorry, I mix them up a lot of the time. Yes, Star Trek. Yeah, I mean, that's an easy one, Rat out, yeah. Alright, see you on Thursday. I am orange now. You are? How did you know? Oh, yay, I didn't come across the stream. It didn't come across the stream. What? But I'm screenshotting this. What? What exactly are you screenshotting? That you're orange? Yay! Looks still pretty red for me. Nice. Treasure of dearly is my suggestion. Treasure it dearly. Alright, of course. Treasure it dearly. Yeah, that makes more sense. Check the channel on Paradise Discord. So you get an idea of what I just got on my end. Ah. Okay, I'll actually look at that off stream, so after the stream is finished. Right, so that's good. Now I'll need to paint the cliffs there. XDXDDDDD. Paper comes out of everywhere. Error, error. Smoke, then bang. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask. How are you today, Slovak Eagle? Because usually I do ask when you join chat, but I forgot this time. Oh, I'm alright. How about you, mate? Yes, I'm good as well. I actually finished 3D modeling a starship for a film project that I'm going to make. It's not the actual filming model, it's just the basis of it, so a rough model of it. It's not textured or anything, it's just flat shading. Well, not flat shading, but solid colors. Scientists who built the computer, but they told me it could run everything. Good to hear you're all right. Good to hear you're all right. Okay. Right, so how does that actually save first, and then I'll look at it from the other side. So from over here, how does that look? That looks good. That looks good. I don't think I'll paint this down here, Rocky, because I don't think that would look as good from the other side. But I do need some cliff textures down sort of around here. Which, no, this is not exactly the place that I just said I wouldn't, because this is the place, not this. Oh, and also I think we've got some people watching without accounts, so hello to you too. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Or should I say, all aboard? Paradise looked at the other shore from afar and said, let's just cover that with tar. I mean, yes, I did just say that, but I didn't say it before. Here I am going to paint it with rock textures because it's quite close to the other track, so you'd be able to see it in greater detail. I'm just slowly working more on Century up. Oh, I see. Is it going well? Oh, well, let's call that a par. Okay. I would love to stream soon. Yes, that would be really nice. That would be really nice. And I'd love to watch soon. Yeah, me too. It was nice in the summer when you didn't have school stuff to do. I got another station layout in place. Now I just gotta do the details. Oh, I see. I didn't send pictures of it. Did I? Not sure. I'd have to look on Discord. But if someone's gonna look on Discord, I mean, you could do it just well. I mean, I'm streaming at the moment, so if anyone's gonna look on Discord, I think it's fairer that it was you. Don't think so. Alright, send it now. At least not in Sharadash's Discord. Yeah, I don't know about your own Discord. I mean, I do look on there sometimes, look at the new things and what's going on, but I haven't looked there recently. Alright, so I need a bit more cliff down here near the shore. Yes, it's not that steep necessarily, but I think it would look good if there are some more cliffs down here, at least from the other side from the lake. My Discord is a mess right now. Not wars, more like friendly exchanges of arguments. I see. I mean, friendly exchanges of arguments are a healthy thing, because that encourages the diversification of thought and the expansion of thought, which in my book is always a good thing. Okay, something like that. Oh, hello Anthony, welcome back. Hello, I decided to return. How different has it been with me gone? Better or worse or the same? I'd say worse, because I enjoy your company, and well, if you're gone, then I don't have that. Wait, this isn't one of those times that you said before where you're actually still lurking in someone's stream. So you say, okay, I'm going, and then you're just sitting there silently watching, and now you're testing me to see if I'm gonna say that it was better or worse without you, because you know how it's been without you. This isn't one of those times, is it? Is it? Oh, hello, hi. Well, friendly is, as in that swear words still fall, but they aren't meant seriously. Yeah, I mean, if they aren't meant seriously, then it's really not that bad, I think. It's actually fun to watch it as it unveils. I can imagine. Oh, okay. Oh, why isn't there a ferret? Anybody, would it be good if there was a teeny color palette? I think that wouldn't be good, because if it was teeny, you couldn't see the colors properly. I mean, I much rather prefer the textures we've got now. Yes, that's what I was doing. Oh, seriously? Well, then you know that I've been truthful in my response. Tint? I said tint. Oh. If there was a tint color palette. Alright, tint. Oh, that makes more sense. I mean, yeah, more creative options are always good. Unless you get into feature creep, which can be bad, but in a creative thing such as Trainz, I think having the ability to tint textures or objects would definitely be a good thing. I know that in OMSI there is such a thing, at least for some things, I'm not sure which. Yes, XD. Yeah, well. I'm actually quite happy that I noticed that that might be the case. That I remember that you said that you sometimes do that. Was that another test of my memory to see if I would actually remember that you said that and notice it? Or am I just going too far with the testing? Shy dice. And you could then save the slightly red tinted sand back at your house. Oh, save the sand. Oh, that was really interesting just now. I was reading that, and literally the fraction of a second that I switched over to the next line, the thing got typed, so I read it as, and you could then save the slightly red tinted sand back at your house knocking, and wait, what? Sand texture, and also mix it with the actual one. Yeah? Also, shadows, and back at your house knocking, can you let me in? Yeah, have you lost your key? Do you still have your key? Yes, that was what I was also doing. Good. Yes, because of course you were doing that. Of course you were testing me on my memory. Of course you're not just saying that you were testing me on my memory because I asked whether you were testing me on my memory. If you lost your key, I could lend you mine. I still have it, never mind. Okay, well then just let yourself in. Oh, and there you are. Right. Hello, welcome back. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Oh, as I can see, you've dried off. Oh, well, that's nice. Oh, a dragon. A dragon dried you off. Oh, well, that's interesting. you met an actual dragon. Oh, so it was just a hot air breathing dragon, not a fire breathing dragon. Oh, I see. Well, that was kind of him to. Oh, sorry, her. That was kind of her to dry you off. Nice. How did you meet that dragon? Oh, okay. Look behind it. Mind the boxes in the hallway. Yes. I meant behind you. It did look behind me. And I found you. Yes, a dragon dried me off. Yeah. I mean, that has got to be an interesting story. I think that dragon flew into my window just now. Oh, is it okay? Is it okay? I met him in a castle. Oh, I see. Did the castle belong to the dragon, or was the dragon just there visiting? King Fango, don't worry, he is good company, but not as good as Shadice. Aw, thanks. Although actually, I wouldn't say that too loud, because I have a sneaking suspicion that the dragon's just outside there, and if he reads that through the window, then things could get quite warm quite quickly. Oh, sorry. Oh, so it is a he. Oh, right. Shadice, she's fine. Face is all green, but I think that's normal. It belonged to him. He? Yeah, apparently it is a he. I must have misunderstood him. Oh, huh. Yes. I must have gotten his sister then. Or there could be no relation whatsoever. Well, very distant. Huh-oh? Huh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, help me, Shadice, the dragon is attacking me. Dragon, you let that boy go. He has done nothing to harm you. I mean, why would you even do that? Did he forget to pay you for drying him off? Oh, I see. Right. You know, you could have just asked, how much is it? 50 pence? 50... Oh, cent. Sorry, 50 cent. Would 50 pence... 50 pence would do. Alright. Well, 1 second. There you go. 50 cents. Oh, they are cents. There. Now, his debt is paid off. So now you can go back to being a nice dragon, right? Right. Good. Now that that's sorted out, now you're all good then again, right? Give him one of your world famous invisible cookies. Thank you, Trainz. And tap on it. Not on the cookie though. Yeah, also not on the cookie dough. On the philosophical gas pedal. Philosophical or metaphorical? Right, so I do need to paint the forest manually down here at the edge, but then up here I can use the bulk update texture. Both! Oh, I see. Here, dragon, eat my invisible cookie. Well, is he or she or whatever eating the cookie? I mean, I can't see. You've gone behind the tree. I can't see you. How's it going? Everything okay? Trainz, although one of them might be a brake pedal or clutch. I see. Probably the metaphorical one. I can see the metaphorical pedal being a brake pedal. Metaphorical brake pedal. The philosophical one is probably the gas pedal. Yes, they are. I meant he is. Good. Is he enjoying the cookies? Oh, actually, here's another thing I heard that dragons really, really like. And that's raspberry cakes. Do you have any raspberry cakes? Or maybe cucumber ice cream. That's another one that dragons really like. Oh no, tarts. Sorry, raspberry tarts and cucumber ice cream. Do you have any of that by hand? By any chance? Because I think that he or she might like that. What would I do with the dragon that flew in here? What should I do? Well, is she hurt? I'm going to Kangafango's house. I think I'll be better there and the dragon won't find me. Yeah, I mean, but if the dragon asks me... Okay, well, if the dragon asks me, I'll just tell him that you went to Mars. Which, incidentally, is right, because that's where Kangafango lives, I think. But the dragon's wings won't be able to carry him there because, well, there's an atmosphere all the way to Mars, so you'll be safe. And I don't think there's been a rocket invented with a big enough payload capsule to safely and comfortably house the dragon all the way to Mars. Remember those extra cookies I gave you, Kangafango? Use those. No, don't. Don't! I've already ate them, unfortunately. Alright, I'm going to search if I have any. Be right back. Okay. Alright, Kangafango, I'll come and give you more. Here are more cookies. Can I stay here for a bit? Yeah, because the UK shares land masses between planets. Yeah, I mean, have you ever heard the saying that the sun never sets on the British Empire? Well, that's what they actually mean. They've got land masses between planets, which means that, well, it intersects the sun a lot of the time, so it never really sets there. Because on a planet, the sun always sets, at least if it's not tidally locked with a star. But if it's interplanetary, then there is no day-night cycle, which means the sun can't set. So that's what that means. Thanks, sure. I'll lock the door for the moment. Good. No problem. If the dragon does knock, well, I don't know what I'll do. I'll take care of it if he finds us. Sounds threatening. Right, so I think I can use the bulk replace tool now. Trainz, wow. Those people must have been clever. Yeah, I mean, they definitely were clever. Yes. Right, asset to replace is this one. Alright. Wait, here's the language the dragon speaks. Oh, I see. This is how he says hi, like this. JK. Guys, I lost my category and my catenary and nobody moved till I find it. Right. I mean, I can tilt the camera and work from here for a bit. It's like contact lenses. You find you lost the contact lens. That's funny. Thanks for posting that. Thanks. Alright, here we go. Well spoken, my friend, well spoken. You are a poet among those who speak the language of the dragon. XD, that's another way he says hi. Yeah, I mean, I know. That's more the formal way, the more poetic way. Like if he's at a fancy dress party or something like that. Oh, I think the dragon's here. Oh. I mean, if you've got your cucumber flavored ice cream and raspberry tarts, then you should be fine. Should be fine. Should be absolutely fine. And yes, I deliberately spoke like that. Alright, dragon, prepare your stomach for some cucumber ice cream, raspberry cakes, invisible curry cookies. I hope it goes well. I see the dragon has wrecked your house. Really? Has he? Oh no, you must be oh no, that's not Kango's house. That's just his mirror house. It's like his house, but it's not actually his house. It's also in the same place, but it's not really the same house. That's the one that's ruined, and it was like that. It's been like that for decades. Yeah. Oh, the first ones were meant for the one that flew into my window. Oh, I see. Wheelchair, somehow. Shy Dice, he tagged you, not me. Yeah. That is his house. That is Kango Fango's house that looks like mine. It is his mirror house that's in the same place as my house, but it's not actually his house. I mean, if you look just around the corner and then back the way you came, which is the way you were looking just now, then you'll see my actual house, not the mirror house. Wait, what? Last time I visited yesterday, it was fine. Yeah, the mirror house not. You must have mistaken it for my actual house. No, not Kango, I'm talking to you, Shared Ice. Yeah, it's been wrecked. The mirror house, yeah. I mean, that happened, what was it, like September, I think? Like 1976, I believe. No, sorry, 1876 it was. Right. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, okay. This is an outrage. Why I'm tempted to. Okay, I see the house. Yeah, that's it. I mean, if you had tried to gone in the one that's been wrecked, you would have found that the key doesn't fit. Well, it fits, but it doesn't open the door. So you would have, at the very least, latest then, noticed that it's not actually my house. Wow, old house. Yeah. I mean, when I researched your family 100,000 years ago, I'm not sure. I mean, my memory's a bit fuzzy from back then, but I think that that house, the mirror house, was already standing back then, which would point to some sort of time shenanigans going on, but I think it's just a really, really old house. Built in a really modern style for its time. It was like ahead of its time back then. Tempted to feed cucumbers to gargoyles. Tame aquatic mountain lions and put them in the mountains. That's really strange. Also, by the way, did you know that gargoyles are actually they're only basically water drains, so they're designed to their only purpose throughout most of history and still today is just to basically funnel water away from the house wall so that it drips down in air and doesn't run along the wall. Water that flows off the roof, that is. And since, well, basically it leans itself to that, so actually even before the Middle Ages, there were kind of these grotesque faces put on, or animal faces as well, very common, where basically the mouth spouts out the water, like with fountains. A lot of fountains have that as well, where animals or people spout out water. Or in some cases urinate water, but that's not really what gargoyles usually do. Yeah, and then actually I'm not sure, but I think I remember something that the word gargoyle actually comes from a different language's word for grotesque, but I'm not really sure. I'd have to look that up. Yeah, but then in relatively modern history, gargoyles were actually portrayed as being alive, which then led to the popular vision of what we see gargoyles as now, or in popular cultures at least. And Dungeons and Dragons played no small part in that, because the original Dungeons and Dragons from I think the 70s had one of the basically had a gargoyle as a monster that could be thrown up against the players and fight them. I mean, in the stories, it's really interesting. I mean, there's some statues there, and then suddenly they come to life and attack you. That can be a really creepy thing, or really exciting thing. But yeah, that has made gargoyles popular as a monster, not just as an interesting way of making a water spout that... not water spout, sorry. Funnel that spouts water away from the walls. Isn't that a turn there a bit too sharp? Oh right, you mean this one? I've tested it. It was very, very sharp. But if you look here, if I place this locomotive here and look at the wheels, I can see that the wheels are just on the tracks. The flanges are literally just not intersecting with the tracks. So it's literally like the sharpest corner I can make that fits those locomotives, but it just fits them. So, but that's a good spot at the tip. Though 180 turn, yeah. Ah yes, the 15th of September 1876. I remember that day all too well. My family has studied Kangofanga and Slavic Eagle and Paradise for 1,990,999 generations. I wouldn't have expected any less. No, sorry, more. No, less. Less is definitely what I wanted to say there. Shadows. Some also pour water out of jugs. Yeah. Fountains, that is. Gargoyles. Well, maybe. I don't know. There probably are some. Gargoyles are also on Exeter Cathedral, if I remember correctly. Yes, gargoyles are really, really common in churches as well. And there is actually a theory that having these devils and grotesque things outside reinforces the safety within the house of God. Like outside there are these monsters, but inside it is safe. I'm not sure how much truth there is to that, but it seems plausible to me. Shadows, remember when you got creeped out that I was at your house? Now you're used to it. Yeah, I mean, that's how things go sometimes. Something really creepy happens, and then if it happens enough times, then you get used to it. Like the ghost lady who lives here. At first I was really creeped out. I really debated whether I should instead sleep in the rafters, because I never saw her up there. But then I thought the rafters are probably a more creepy place than downstairs. So there's also, it can more easily be cut off in case I need to escape. So I decided to sleep in my normal bed. And then after a few months, I kind of got used to it. Yeah, sometimes she likes to play tricks, but it's mostly fine. The food seems to have made the dragon happy. I'm getting really hot in this room. I can imagine. Shadow is 999? He's a 990 though. Yeah, he probably misspelled it. I mean, or my memory is a bit fuzzy in that area. That could be the case. Shadow, that's always how things go, isn't it? It's really creepy at first, but then you get used to it. Yeah. I mean, it was the same way when you first visited me, Kango Fango. At first it was really, really creepy. I mean, the way that you just used to just sit right next to me for days on end, as though you lived here. But then, after a while, I got used to it. Think about it. Eating, drinking, watching Twitch streams, etc. Yeah. By the way, Shy Dice, my family built your house. Let's see, what is that? Oh, that doesn't, sorry if that was loud. That doesn't make any sense. You misplaced one of the commas. That is an invalid number. That number doesn't make sense. That one comma is not correct. It's not correct. Years ago. Wasn't it a hut? At the time, yes. Yeah, but the mirror Kango Fango kind of rebuilt it. I think that Slovak helped with that actually. Well, no, well, his great times 25 grandfather did help him with that, I think. I'm not sure if Slovak was involved with that at that time. I think he was really into Trainz back then, which has kind of, he's come full circle now, if I remember correctly. But you'd have to ask that. You'd have to ask him if that's true or not. Alright. Yeah, I remember the first time I watched one of these streams. It was so creepy. For you, yes. For me, no. I meant... Alright, there we go. So that's 1,000 million billion... Okay. So 9,999,999,999,999 years ago. That's how long ago. There you go. Ago. Yes, trains were really built years ago. Ah, that's an invalid number again. Because you can't have 9,999. That doesn't make sense. Shares, also, the first time I visited you where you are now, I said I hope you weren't creeped out by me, and you said you weren't. I wasn't when you asked me. It's just that I thought about, after you asked me, I thought about it, and then I realized that actually, yeah, it's really, really creepy. So then I was creeped out after that. So at the time, I genuinely wasn't. It's only your question that made me feel creeped out, because I thought about it. It was in the year's dinosaur generation. Ah, here's an interesting thing. Dinosaurs aren't extinct. And I mean that completely sincerely, because birds are theropods, and theropods are a family of dinosaurs, to which, for example, T-Rex belongs to which birds also belong. So dinosaurs aren't extinct. They never went extinct. Yes, all of the non-avian dinosaurs went extinct, like ceratopsids or parasaurs, animals like that, for example. But the avian dinosaurs never went extinct. So, for example, a pigeon is a dinosaur, like literally It is literally a dinosaur. They aren't extinct, and yet people say, "Oh, dinosaurs went extinct." Even paleontologists say that, like that. Dinosaurs went extinct 64 million years ago, and blah blah blah. But they didn't. Yeah, that's actually a really interesting thing. I meant. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure if I know the names for these numbers. So that is hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. Quadrillions? I have no idea what those numbers are called. I think it's septillion. Hextillion? Septillion. I don't know. I have no idea what those what those are called with those many zeros on it. I mean, if you know, feel free to let me know, because I would actually like to learn that. Right, now I just need to make some more forest texture over here. Alright, Trainz, what about an ostrich? Yes, an ostrich is a bird, so it's a dinosaur. All birds are dinosaurs. Not all dinosaurs were birds. Oh, I remember that. We had just put up the hut, and then that wretched Carnotaurus charged us and knocked over the hut accidentally. We hid in our burrows then. Tears had fallen. Yeah. I think I heard about that, actually. Yeah, that was in the days of COVID-19. You mean with the Carnotaurus? I think you're probably thinking about a different Carnotaurus then. It's 1, 10, 100, 1,000, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, and that's... I know. Yeah, that's... I mean, there's a quadrillion, and then after that there's also sextillion and septillion, and then you've got quadrillion and quintillion, but I have no idea in what order they go. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that either. Oh, septillion? Yeah. I think septillion, probably. But I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah. And I don't want to get historical dates wrong, so I decided not to say that date out loud. Actually, no, I can't fill it like that because I overlapped it with the road accidentally. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I already read that, I think. Right, now. This over here. And then this over here. Actually, no, not like that, like this. Oh, by the way, Anthony, is your Trainz working now with the loading and saving, or are some of the baseboards still disappearing? Are you still having that issue? I was born septillion years ago. That is interesting, considering that the age of the universe is measured in billions of years, and not even trillions of years, which means that, if that is true, you had to have been born before the universe existed, at least to as far as science has figured out, because we know the speed of light and we know how far away the background radiation is, which is basically just light from the Big Bang that's only just now reaching us. So we can see the Big Bang, figure out, because of the redshift, how long it's been traveling, and that's how long it's been since the Big Bang. And that is how old the universe is, at least if the Big Bang theory, pun intended, is correct, which in all likelihood it is. Which means that you were not only born before the universe existed, but literally millions of times the age of the universe before the universe existed. I think millions. Septillions, I think it's millions. Basically, a lot of times the edge of the universe before the universe existed. Ask King Fango, ask me truth or dare. How many septillions? Alright, I'm going to go for a dare this time, actually. Sometimes they do, but I have a bunch of backup copies. Alright, all I can say is remember to save before you quit Trainz or before you turn off your computer. Just always save and then do it. Like, save every few minutes. See, I'm saving just now. Control S, save. But making backup copies is always a good idea. Unless you're making backup copies of Skynet, in which case it's probably not a good idea. Okay, Cliffhanger, I say dare. I dare you to... I dare you not to include see, you, or by in your last message of the stream. Okay, I'll try not to. Truth or dare? Truth! Same rules as Sharadai said before. Yeah, because those are kind of the honor rules, I guess I'd say. Before? What do you mean, before? You said before instead of though. Oh right, I was thinking before, like what I had said before, so probably replaced those words in my mind. Never mind. Huh, mind. Cliffhanger, if you don't want to answer this, you don't have to, and if you want, you can whisper it to me, but do you have a girlfriend? I do know that thing I was sad about is the other girlfriend I had a while ago broke up with me. Oh, I see. You never did type that in Discord, you never did let me know there. Oh, I see. Well, that's... well, it is sad. It is a sad thing. Yeah. Although, in hindsight, like in 5 years or so, my guess is that if there is reason why you broke up, then if your relationship had continued despite those reasons, then it could have become worse, so that what happened now is actually the better of the choices. I mean, there must have been a reason why. I know I forgot to do that. It's okay, things like that happen. Things like that happen. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you're right. Anthony, I will answer. No need for whispers at the moment, but thanks. No. I see. Okay. Okay, so actually, now I have a truth or dare for the both of you, or for Slovak Eagle as well, if he's still in chat and participating. So, truth or dare? I do have a new girlfriend now that is a lot better than the one that broke up with me. Well, that is good. That is good. I'm happy for you. Truth? Okay. Truth. Dare! I am the daredevil. Good. Okay. So, for those of you who said dare, okay. Let's see, what's the best way of phrasing this? I'm trying to eliminate as many loopholes as I can from this. Let's see, what's the best way? Okay, here's the dare. And I'm deliberately choosing one that I can't check up on because it's trust-based. So when this live stream gets archived, the dare is to watch through it all the way. Yeah, this specific live stream, it will get archived later today or tomorrow morning. One of the two. It will be archived, so watch through it all the way. Yeah, that is the dare. And as for truth, for those of you who said truth, of course I'm assuming that the usual rules apply. No passwords, no email address, no address, no phone numbers, nothing like that, no personal details. Okay. Here is the question. So, and by the way, okay, so let's say that okay, well, by the way, this is an old proverb. So let's say I have a spear which can penetrate any shield and a shield which can block any spear. Now, the question I want you to answer truthfully is, what happens if the spear gets used on the shield? There you go. Good. And who's the truth devil? I don't know. Start to finish? Yes, start to finish. The entire thing. I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But that is the dare. If so, okay. Trainz, do we have to watch it? Or does listening to its audio also count? Well, for those of you who chose dare, of course you have to watch it. I mean, if you only listen to it, then that just counts as another view. That's not what I want. Why I wanted you to do this. I wanted you to do this because, oh wow, that's weird. Look at those reflections. Oh wow, that is strange. Wow, look at the sky reflecting. What do we get in return? Well, you win the dare, if you chose dare. Alright. It deflects and hits my teammate. At least that is what happens all the time when I play. I mean, that is a good answer. So you mean that the shield wins. Even though the spear penetrates any shield, the shield wins. So the shield's magic is stronger than the spear's magic is stronger than the shield's magic. That is your solution. Okay, I accept that. Oh wow, that's weird. Shadows 2020. Even the part when you're on the Trainz menu, I don't mind, so you can say yes or no. How long have you been live for? At this point, 1 hour, 85 minutes and 30 seconds. Trainz, here's another solution. What if the spear penetrates halfway? Well, then the spear penetrated. The shield didn't block it. It was not immune to the spear. As I am literally watching the anime Rising of the Shield Hero. Yes, I see. By the way, it's a Chinese proverb. So have you had enough of the reflections yet? Do you want... Or should I just... Oh, right. No, we've just... Oh, right, of course. We've just passed 11 o'clock, so that's the stream over. Trainz, doesn't 2020 suck? And also, did you think this was going to be the best year ever? I think that a lot of bad things are happening and have happened in the year 2020. And I wish that it wasn't going the way it was, mainly because of the lockdowns and the economies and lives that is destroying. But at the same time, when bad things happen, you can learn from them. That is the value of history. which is again why I'm so frustrated that statues are being torn down in basically all of the Western world as far as I'm aware, because that is destroying history, which you should never do. Yeah, but you can learn from that. So you learn that locking down the entire world for almost a year and a few months is not a good idea. That maybe a flu is better than destroying the entire world's economy, costing literally millions of lives. Well, that's my opinion. That's my opinion anyway. Do your own research is what I recommend. Do your critical research, not just mainstream media. Do research from every source, and then comprise your own conclusion. But to answer your question, yes, 2020 did suck. There you go. I think that's the first time I've actually used that word in that meaning. The reflections hypnotized me. Good. Shadows, and what if the spear just stops in place upon hitting the shield? Well, then the shield blocked it. The spear did not penetrate it. So the shield wins over the spear. Same. It's so hypnotizing. I can't look away from it. I am being dragged into it. Help! 2020 sucks. Please be over, and also go away, COVID-19. I'm only talking in caps to hurt your ears. Oh, I see. Yeah. I say go away, lockdown. Yeah. Shard did it suck a lollipop? Given the amount of metaphorical rot that's going on, yes. And it didn't brush its teeth. Aw. Alright, well, the stream's over now, so I'll quickly get a thumbnail, then I'll switch over to the other screen, do shoutouts, and then, well, then the stream will be over. I think that over here would be nice. Like just something, actually, oh wow, look at those reflections. Those reflections, there they go again. Just look at those. 1 second, I want to get this right. I'm using the slower zooming so that I'm not overshooting it always. Yeah, so just like that, look at those reflections. Aw, on a lollipop. Shadice, I was just kidding. Yes, I know you were kidding about the ears. I thought you were. Reality is shifting? Yeah, right. So, here we go. I think that this is probably a good thumb. Actually, no, I'll go into fly mode, like this, and then get a thumbnail that's sort of like that. I think that's probably good. Right? That's so creepy. Creepy, yes. Of course it's creepy. Why wouldn't it be creepy? Okay, Shadice, hope I have a good rest of the night. Kangfango, I'm trying to break the dare. Oh, I see. Loki dat ye. I have no idea. How do you go into fly mode? You have to assign. Actually, I'll show you. You have to assign. You have to assign the key. Don't worry, I will switch back. I will quickly show you. I mean, it's only 1 minute, roughly. Oh, I see. Shadice, why are you paused? Well, because the stream is continuing now, because I'm showing him how to enter fly mode. We can't see your face, help! I know that I was on the paused screen. I went back. I didn't forget, but thanks for writing it because I could have forgotten. Right, so, Anthony, Anthony, or anybody else who's watching this archived, because yes, these streams are going to be archived there. I've got it out of the way now. If you go up here into the settings, you can go down to control settings, and then I think it's in Surveyor. I'll have to check quickly. Control Shift. Let's see, where is it? Let me just find it quickly. What is it called? Oh, camera controls, here we go. Here, yeah, so if you go to Control, actually I'll move it over to the side so you can see it, so the chat isn't in front of it. So if you go into Trainz settings, then you click on Control settings here. Alright, so I'm going to do it again. So you click up here, then go to settings, then click on Control settings, click on Surveyor up here, and then you scroll all the way down here to where it says where camera controls begin, and scroll a bit down, and here it says camera mode fly. So you have to bind this. To do this, click on the text here where it says primary, click on the empty text field. I bound it to Alt-U because that's what it was bound to in previous versions of Trainz. So now if you click the check mark, if you press Alt-U or Option-U, then you can fly around holding right click. So you hold right click, you can turn around, use the arrow keys to fly. Page up and page down goes up and down, and then to exit, press escape. There you go. Right, I hope that that's clear enough. If you didn't get it, or if you missed it, you can just go watch the archive on YouTube and skip to the part and then see it again. So there we go. Right, oh, maybe you should have your face cam at 50% opacity for the paused screen. Nope, because the paused screen is for when I have to pause quickly, maybe if I have to sneeze, or if I have to get some more water, or if I hear a delivery at the door at midnight, if I'm streaming at midnight. Then I go to the pause screen, mute the mic, and do whatever I need to do, and then I'll go back. So it wouldn't really make sense to show you me if the stream is paused. I believe he has a nice face. Thank you. That's nice of you to say. What's drone cam? I have no idea. Okay, I use arrows. It's so much easier. No, you assign how to activate it. So if you press Alt-U, then you go into flying mode. Yeah? Then you use the arrow keys to move around and right mouse button to turn the camera. The thing is, you use that to turn it on, and then you can fly around. So Alt-U just turns it on. Or, yeah, on. I get it. Good. Nice. Alright, fair enough, Shared Eyes. Maybe we could have a still image of you? No. No, you can't. Unless you watch it's archived, or it's streaming, you pause, in which case, yes, you will have a still image of me. But other than that, you probably won't get a still image of me, because that just wouldn't happen. Or a clip that loops? Nope. Okay. So we still have the illusion of your presence? No. Alright. Okay, well that's enough. That's enough. So, shoutouts. Yes. So, Kangofango. He does OMSI live streams, along with Trainz. 1 hour of OMSI, 1 hour of Trainz. And he does it in a way where he builds one through route. He does a lot of things. I do it in a way so I show everything on stream, at least so far, so that there's a complete record of the Milton Valley Railroad as it's being made. So you can see literally every piece of grass being placed, every piece of track being laid, every tree being placed. But Kangofango does it in a different way. The way he does it is he does some work off stream, and then he shows what he's done when he streams, and then he builds some more after that, which is actually a nice way of doing it. Yes. So go ahead and look him up on Twitch if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't, but if you do, do. And also Slovak Eagle, he's part of the Central Europe development team, which is a huge Trainz route. He also does live streams, also driving simulator live streams, things like that. So look at that. And I believe that's all the shoutouts. Done. So we've gone 10 minutes over time, but I did show the camera thing. So I'll quickly read the rest of chat, and then I'll actually let it run for about 20 seconds, so that people who are on a delay can catch up to the end. Yeah. So I'll read the chat. Alright, bye all. Thanks for watching. Damn, Shadow's, thanks for the shout out. Yes, yes, damn. Shadow's, thanks. Heart. That's true, everyone. I do it like that. I will. Great. Shadow's, you forgot to shout out yourself. I don't really like shouting myself out, because anybody who's hearing the shout out would already know about me. I mean, I will shout out my games once they're on Steam, and of course my roots when they're uploaded as DLC, because that's just, I mean, you have to advertise if you want to earn money via that, or anything really. And by the way, they're good price, even if I do say so myself. Right. Okay. Shout does Trainz route building. Yeah. Thanks for the shout out. Tuesdays and Saturdays. Thanks for the stream. 21 to 23 BSD and 33 and 21 22 BSD. Alright. So, countdown. Actually, here's an interesting thing. So I'm going to do a countdown from 30. When the stream cuts out for you, you have to subtract what the remainder. No, you have to subtract what I've already said from the total, and then that is the amount of lag, basically. So I've already ended the stream, but you're still hearing me what I'm saying, is basically what I mean. I think that's right. Subtract the, yeah, for the whole thing, that has elapsed, which means if it cuts out here, yes, you would need to subtract that. That's right. Just double checking. Right, so I'll tell you the delay. Okay, so 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 17, 18, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off!